Okay, let's see if I can how to start this. I guess I should say, I don't know. I haven't done something like this for a while. Except I did this on my camera, or I had to do this on my computer camera before I got a handheld camera. Well, anyway, I was bored one day and I went on to click on live streaming of stuff, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! I clicked on VRChat one day. I just said hello to this one person who did a live VR stream, and this person said, well, I guess went onto my boring channel, content garbage, and she said, oh, this person has Sailor Moon stuff, even though it was only a couple. I was playing in a few levels of this old Sailor Moon thing. Basically playing as Sailor V, like the Sailor V video game in the TV show. I don't know where I got that at. It's so weird. And the person said, "Oh, I like this person." I'm like, that's. Anyway, well, this video, or I'll try to do it, would be for you and other Sailor Moon fans, old and new. Because you see, as you've been seeing for the last minute and a half, this is a card game. Sailor Moon had card game. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of this before, but I've had this card game for a while. There's actually two sets of this card game. There's base set, and there's past and future set. But first I'm going to just talk about the base set that I have, because there's actually 120 something cards in the original set, and about, I was thinking 60 to 80 in this past and future. Well, anyway, there's 8 sets total. There's of a starter kit. There's the original starter kit, which has 2 30 card decks. There's 6 based on the elements and the main characters. Sailor Moon deck, Mars, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, and Tuxedo Mask. And then there's actually a starter deck that came around with the past and future set too. Well, anyway, on here on the left, these, I can't focus it. I don't know how to focus this crappy handheld thing. It says Mind, Soul, and Body. These are these elements, aka it would be like those Pokemon energy cards. You acquire these. And then there are these monsters. Man, I wish I knew how to focus this garbage. It says auto, which means aka trash. That's what it means. Well, anyway, these ones are supposed to be based off of, like this one says Black Widow, and this one says Leo the Lion. It's based off of the monsters that they actually, if you can read it, which we cannot. I hate this thing. It basically says Yoma monsters, the Negaverse Yoma monsters. Anyway, name, hit points, picture. It actually has weak and strong against, something called points. And these are like the attack and defense. This is the line that's in a movie. Good gravy, I want to shoot myself. And then actually has the episode name where this line is on, and then it just says basic game. That I really don't know. Wow, speaking of basic game and rules, boom! Instruction book. And there's 2 of them. Anyway, there's that. Then there's green cards. This is more gray. This is green. This actually says the Doom Guardian cards. And by the way, with the names, Bamboo, Fro/Blizzado, Racy, I think that's how it's pronounced, I don't know. Voltonus. I think these are the Deke names. These are based on the Deke cards. That's why there's actually a couple cards in here that we haven't seen in the show, because it was shown. It just wasn't shown in the episode because a few episodes of the show was skipped. Anyway, Doom Tree Guardian cards. The Dark Moon Droid, Season 2. See, this is called Grim Man in the card game, so that's how that works out. Next cards. Pink cards. Oh, just for a tidbit, this, and actually this one, was the first two. Molly was the first card I ever received, period, when I was a younger kid, because at school they had this type of AR reading point thing. You got cards from this. You got points from this, and I got to get to a few of those. Anyway, next is the pink cards. They are actually called, based on here, they're called the pie cards. If I could find any words from it, right here. Zoom in. Oh, I hate this thing. Pie card layout. Basically, a person, an item, that thing, I think, no, that's not it. Anyway, an event. These cards go with the, basically they're like, compared to Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon, these would be the Magic and Trap cards, or those item cards that you see in the Pokemon deck. Speaking of item cards, there is, in this deck, you actually start out in the beginning with a player. You automatically choose one Sailor Scout, and you get one card automatically. Like, for example, the mini VR goggle headset. This card comes into play automatically if you choose Sailor Mercury as your starter kid. So Sailor Mercury pops out, and then this card pops up automatically right on the left of her in the pie chart, and those ones stay on the field, I'm assuming, for the remainder of the duel. Now, there is something though. It's about this. I think I already said. I don't think. No, I didn't. Damn stupid camera. Anyway, there's a box on some of these. There's different things about how to play the game. Weakness means it's weak to it. Strong against it stuff. This says JKP. This has two. JKP stands for Jankin Pon. In the card game, there's also cards, 3 cards of Jankin Pon, which actually translates to rock, paper, scissors. That instead of flipping coins or rolling die, like they do in Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, Neopets, and other stuff, you just throw your hands out. Actually, you throw one of 3 cards out on the field, like Jankin Pon. But I actually don't have those cards. I never did. But it does come with a starter kit. It comes with each starter kit. Or if you have bought a starter deck 20 years ago, boom, you got that. But you can still use your hands. That's easy. So this one, a lot of these are dots. Blue dot, red dot. Defense and attack. There is some attacking. But usually, sometimes these elements here are mainly for your Sailor Scouts. But like this one requires a soul and a Jankin Pon for attack. This one requires a mind for your defense. This one just requires 2 rock, paper, scissors to defend. But it's basically a strange rock, paper, scissors card game. Rather you use stuff or not. Anyway, there's a lot of these. Here we go. This is the one. This is actually a card in episode 2, but this is based on the Deke cards, our show. So this card was never actually, this episode was never aired in Deke. I don't know why this episode was skipped, but this is a bunny rabbit that apparently had mind control powers. Anyway, I have a lot of copies of this. More Negaverse cards. more Guardian cards, either stronger cards. Artemis. Jeez. Ah, here we go. The big ones. The Sailor Scouts. Boom. Sailor Mars, Sailor Mercury, Sailor Venus. There's so many different pictures of these because of one word. Level 1. There's a total of 4 levels in the card game. Level 1 to 4. Whenever you start, like I said earlier, when you bring out Sailor Mercury, you bring out Sailor Mercury, and it says, when Mercury is used as you're starting, you begin the game with the computer and goggles in play. So you automatically play that. You can only have one, if I remember, of these on the field at the same time. So you can only have one Sailor Mercury, one Jupiter, one Tuxedo Mask. And it includes this guy. Ooh, Prince Darien, look at that. Ooh. And look, the villains. More of these. There's some more. This is level 3. Nephlite, Evil Darien. There's the Alan and Anne, the Guardian tree cards. Dark Moon characters. Level 4. This now we're getting the area of these special rare cards. These are shiny rare cards. Queen Barrow, the Mega Force itself, Wise Man. Now, actually, strange thingy about these, why are there heroes and villains in the deck? Well, you actually play with both. I haven't drawn it. I sometimes draw the field on a piece of paper just since I don't own one. But on the field, down here, like if this is your deck right here, where your deck is, down here is where your heroes are. Above here is where the villains are. So you play as both heroes and villains, and you attack your opponent. So your heroes here will attack your opponent's villains, and your villains here will attack your opponent's heroes way in the back deck. Now, how do you actually win this weird game? That's old. Decking your opponent out? Sure, why not? That's one. Whoop-de-doo, who cares? But actually, I don't know if you remember these. Here we go. This word? Points. It says 1 VP, victory point. You actually win one of 2 ways. One, if your heroes, aka, where are they at? Sailor Jupiter attacks a villain and defeats him, you get these, worth 3 VPs. And you usually decide between, I think, between about 4 and 8 points. Boom. So, if your heroes that are here attack your opponent's villains, all villain monsters have VPs. So you have to attack and destroy them. And then you get those points. Get all the points and more, you win. And the other way, since you're playing as both those, heroes and villains, if your villains here attacked your rival hero, Sailor Scouts back there, and your opponent don't have any more Sailor Scouts and Knights on the field, you win too. You just killed off your opponent's heroes, or you just killed off your opponent's villain monsters, and you collected enough points. That's how you win. You attack. But as you see here as well, as I said earlier, those 3 elements, most of these are for your heroes. They mainly use these for attacking. Your opponents, the monsters do use them, but most of the time your heroes use these for specific ones, because your heroes are also specific types. Like Tuxedo Mask is a power, and Venus is a mind, and Sailor Moon is soul. that card would be banned if this was ever used, as if it was like Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it reads the effect. All your opponents are frozen in time, take an extra turn. So basically, when you do your turn, you activate that, and your opponent just says, oh, darn it. You skip your own turn, or your opponent's turn just ends, and then you just get to go again. And I go, that is so wrong. This would have been banned. And this is the last page I have for my card game. Well, I have a couple of them in the back, but still. These are actually the second set. As stated earlier, you have the future and past sets. Well, these are the rare cards from the original set. These are the rare cards from set 2. And there's not much different except new cards, like Rini is now a playable character. Well, I thought she was. Anyway, her card and key, and you actually get Serenity and Endymion. But one thing that is added is, I guess I'll take this one. I don't want to take out that rare one. The beach card. This, it says up there, location. Basically, it's an additional card to the PIE cards, but it's basically like a field spell. Like, for example, the Moon Kingdom, monsters can only be attacked with combined attack. Monster in Moon Kingdom can only be attacked by combined attacks. In Crystal Tokyo, monster in Crystal Tokyo cannot be attacked with combined attacks. And then there's the Negaverse location, the Portal of Time, which Sailor Time Lady guards. And I do have a few random cards. Ah, there it is. Princess Rini. And Young Rini. So then they do this. And oh, one more thing. You also get, like Princess Rini, Jupiter Princess. These are a few other things that are added, but really the card game isn't changed too much compared to Season 1, Season 2. But this was based off of Deke. It was only 2 levels, the original base set, and past and future, it had based on the 2 seasons. Probably because season 3 and 4 was touched by Pioneer, and it was less dub cutted. So maybe the card game didn't do well as well. And then season 5 was never aired, and then they redid it for Viz. Now the question though for these card games, what would happen if they actually redid it? That might be cool. Redid a trading card game. Besides, they did that for Digimon had a card game, redid that. And they did it a few other things. They redubbed a lot of stuff, they redid other things. But would it be cool to see another Sailor Moon card game? I would say yes. But it would definitely not be like this card game. Well, anybody who was watching this, thank you very much. I hope I didn't sound like a robot. I probably did. Well, cheers, peers.